What's the deal, peoples? I'm DJ Hazmat.
Yeah, and I'm Matty Wills.
And welcome back to Matt and Matt Sports Postgame Edition. Browns win, cap off the season with a victory, 21-16 over the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll still call them the Bengals.
4 in a row.
They are.
Everybody can celebrate.
Listen, sir. Listen, sir.
Let's celebrate, man. 4 in a row over the Bengals, man. Let's go.
Whatever but before you was capping for them because they won the division. So what is it?
Joe Burrow didn't play. No, I was capping. I wasn't capping for the Bengals. What I said was, if you want to talk about it, I said Baker Mayfield. No, I'm sorry. I said Joe Burrow is who Baker Mayfield thinks he is. You know, highly touted, #1 overall pick, gunslinger. Yeah, that's Burrow.
Lost to the
Browns. But it's all good.
Shout
out to the Browns.
0 against the Browns in his career.
Got to beat the Browns to win the division. Apparently
not.
That's a meaningless
when the whole division sucks. You don't. But
we might have 2 teams in the playoffs. We might have to amend that. If we get 2 teams in the playoffs, I don't think that you can say our division sucks because not every team is going to get 2 teams in the playoffs.
You win in the division.
I'm just saying. I'm just here to be the yin to your yang, man. That's all. I got to rile you up.
A game above 500. Come on, man. Come on.
Nah, I get it.
Tracy, right. What's up, Tracy? Tracy, what's good? You know what I'm saying? She wanted us to shout her out, so I had to make sure we shouted her out. Tracy, okay, do you want to break down the game? I mean, it is what it is. The Browns we're now officially in the off season.
As I gotta be honest, I don't want to break down the game. That game, man. Come on, man. I don't want to break down the game. We can talk. We can project. We can continue conversations from halftime. We can do any of those things.
Here's what I'll say about the game. Some takeaways from the game for me. Myles Garrett added to his sack total. So what did he end the season at? How many sacks did he have today?
16 and a half, I think. I don't know. Once they finish the
he
story,
has more than that
post game.
He has more than that.
Did he have more than 1 sack today?
I think he came in the game with 15, maybe. No,
he had about 16.
He had more than 1 sack today. He had at least 2 that I saw him involved with. So I don't know. Well, I'll just say that he added to his sack total.
He did. He was credited with 1 sack today. 1 sack and 1 tackle for a loss. I think he has 16. It says 1. It says 1.
Oh, I thought he had more than that.
This is straight off ESPN's box score.
Clowney showed me that we should be considering re-signing him.
Not considering. It should be a done deal. You need that guy. Dude, listen. He's another bookend defensive end that can do some things up the middle against the run too. I think he fits perfectly in this defense, and I think he at least deserves a nice little 2-year deal. I think he earned that.
Yeah, and I think Clowney, if we bring him back, the way he was looking here in the second half of the season, man, I would be very, very excited to see this defense play next year, based on the things that they've done this year, based on knowing that we have that the whole defense is basically young.
Which your D coordinator? You want him back too?
How can I be? I'm not messing with Joe Woods. Look at the last games down the stretch.
Absolutely.
We were holding teams to 15 points. We were holding teams down. It was just just that the offense was not clicking, and
you can argue that the offense made it harder for the defense. Go ahead.
Yeah, they did. And a lot of times the defense was getting people off the field. That's uncharacteristic. That's what we wanted them to do last year. Like when we were in the playoffs and we couldn't get what was his name? Chad Henne off the field.
Henne.
This defense can get Chad Henne off the field. You understand what I'm saying? This is the type of defense you need. It doesn't always have to come down to whether or not the quarterback can deliver a game-winning drive. Why set the bar so low? Why do we have to be rescued like that in every game? Instead, why can't we just ride on into the sunset because our defense held down? And
you don't want me to answer that question, Dr. Terrence Andrew Brown Sr. has a question. What is Mayfield's future? Which is what everybody's going to talk about every day.
Mayfield's future is that they picked up the 5th-year option. They owe him $18.8 million next season. Ian Rappaport reported, even though Matty Wills tried to say it was damage control.
I think it is damage control, but I think there's some truth. I think that there can be truth to it as well.
Let me say what it is.
Okay, my bad.
Ian Rappaport said that the Browns are likely to stick with Mayfield for next season.
Yes,
and
24 hours after Mary Kay Cabot, who covers the Browns every day on the ground, said that if things don't change and improve,
you just want to believe the negative, don't you?
I'm just telling you all sides of the story.
Believe the negative than the positive.
Let me respond to that. I will say that I believe that the Browns right now feel like it is their best interest to roll Baker out there, potentially and hopefully injury-free next season. I will concede that. However, I also believe that they're going to kick the tires on a few guys that nobody thinks that we can get. And if they can come up with a dream scenario to get one of those few guys, i.e. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, I don't really want any of the other middle-level guys. If it ain't one of those two, I'm not interested. But I firmly believe the Browns will kick the tires on a better quarterback this offseason. And whatever report you read by Ian Rappaport or Mary Kay Cabot today, yesterday, tomorrow, will be all null and void if they wake up and make a decision.
You this, though? So Mary Kay Cabot, in your eyes, is credible, but Ian Rappaport is not.
I'm not saying that either one of them. No, that's not what I'm saying. And I'm glad you asked me that question. What I'm saying is that they're both reputable reporters who are going to report the information that is given to them. That's all that I'm saying. And as it pertains to Mary Kay Cabot, if you don't think, let me ask you a question then. You don't think anybody in Baker's camp said anything to Mary Kay in order for her to write that? You think she just plucked all that right out of thin air? Is that what you're accusing her of? I just want to know.
What I don't know is who her source is. Tell me who said it.
That's not my question. My question to you is, she is a reputable reporter, and I know you gave up on Ohio, but here in your hometown, she is a reputable reporter, yes or no?
So they say.
So they say. Does she work for? Okay, so we work for Radio 1, right?
Yes.
Imagine somebody working for Radio 1 with a huge voice for 20 years. For 20 years.
I know somebody like that.
You don't think that
because I've worked for Radio 1 for over 20 years.
You don't think that the company, right? But it's a little different for us, so this really ain't a great example because we work for a music station. But you don't think that the company that she works for has their reputation on the line just as much as her? Like, she didn't put this in a blog. She put it on Cleveland.com.
And he put it on the NFL Network.
I just don't understand why. What I'm saying,
Cleveland.com, NFL Network.
What did he say what did he say in his article that makes what Mary Kay said in her article untrue?
I just think it's not about trying to prove
they're both telling the same. They're both telling
but
I don't
know. I don't know if her source.
On. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know who her source is,
and we don't know who Rappaport's sources are. He ain't on the ground here in the land.
Okay.
She boots on the ground.
Well,
and man, back up off Mary Kay Cabot, bro. Come on.
I'm not on her, man. She put herself in the midst of this stuff. Tell Baker Mayfield to back up off of her. I'm not the one.
Yeah, and that's the problem because your quarterback's supposed to be a leader to his team on the field, but he's battling reporters on social media. Well, everybody's mad at Mary Kay and not mad at the quarterback. Come on, man.
Baker Mayfield is always been a brash young man.
So is that good or bad for the Browns?
Let me ask. I'm just saying. Let's break down this. What we're asking is
but
somebody go. No. I don't care whether. No. What I'm saying is, it's not good for media perspective. But I think,
is it good or bad for the Browns?
I think it's good if he's playing well.
I don't think so.
You don't see no other
quarterback in the NFL except for Aaron Rodgers.
He's the dude that grabbed his nuts
every week.
He's the dude that grabbed his nuts.
He's
the dude that planted it. But I'm just saying, this is who he is.
But this is the NFL.
This is who he is. If you challenge, it doesn't matter.
If Johnny Manziel did actually, wait a minute. Johnny Manziel did do this crap on the field, and you hated him for it. You hated Johnny for being brash and having a cocky attitude. You hated Johnny for that.
No, here's the difference between Johnny Manziel.
We've been doing this show for a long time.
Here's the difference between Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield works for his. Johnny Manziel was handed his, and he didn't want to work.
True, but they said they had the same attitude on the field. Is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about off the field. We all know Johnny was a mess.
I know Baker's cocky. I know he is. I can't help the type
cocky,
of. I can't tell his personality.
Fam,
but as long as he goes out there and plays well, that's all I'm
going after. Is
there
a
something?
media
There's
reporter
nothing to.
is not cocky.
Listen,
that's
man.
not cocky.
No, I'm saying he has a
that's
cocky
childish.
attitude. He's the type of person that if you say something to him, he gonna say something back. That's who he is.
Win games. I wish he was that kind of person. I wish we can talk about having more than one winning season with him after 3 years of starting, really 3+ years of starting. I wish we can talk about having more than one winning season. Now, and everybody wants to throw that Steelers game.
The Bengals got their first winning season with Wendell Burrow.
You're right. Listen,
okay.
I'm not a Bengals fan.
Let's get back on
care about the Bengals.
Let's get back on to what the future holds. You was talking about quarterbacks because I saw a report that said that Russell Wilson, that the Seattle Seahawks are not likely to trade Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
So with that being the case, that would take Russell Wilson off of your dream list of quarterbacks. He was the first one you named.
Okay. Well, my refute to that would be, do we not every single season see reports that are proven to be untrue? Have we not heard head coaches say, I will never leave this program and then be gone a week later? Are we just going to assume that every story that we see and read and hear about in the sports world is coming full faith? Because I don't, because we always hear that guys aren't available and then they get traded or vice versa. So I don't know. I mean, yes, if you want to say that that's law, and we take Russell Wilson off the board, then take him off the board. Like I already said, unless you get Aaron Rodgers, listen, unless you get Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, me personally, I don't know what the Browns are going to do. I'm not making a move on Baker. You got one more year. You're not tied to him after that. Let him go out there on a prove-it year. Give him an injury-free season, hopefully, and then we'll go from there. Like I said, unless you get Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, for me personally, I don't care about none of those other guys. Derek Carr. I mean, I think Derek Carr is an upgrade over Baker for sure. But
did you hear what is it Joey Bosa? Who's the one that plays for the Chargers? No, because the Chargers are playing the 49ers right now. So
the Chargers play the Raiders tonight. The Chargers play the Raiders tonight.
Right, you're right. So what I'm saying is one of the Bosa brothers, it has to be the one that plays for the Chargers. Is that Joey or?
I think that's Joey.
That's Joey. So Joey Bosa said this about Derek Carr. He said, we know, and I'm just paraphrasing, but this is what he said. This is the extent of what he said. We know that all we got to do is get a couple hits on him. Once you get a couple hits on him, he shuts down.
Guess what? If Derek Carr wins this game tonight, I feel you. But if Derek Carr wins this game tonight at home, they'll be in the playoffs. So say what you want. Them dudes had a coach and GM
quarterback
go through the worst possible publicity you could ever have this season. They had their number one wide receiver literally become a murderer during the season, and he's going to spend a lot of time in jail. And then they even had some other stuff. Another dude, the quarterback with the guns, remember him? They've had more distractions than a little bit in Las Vegas, and they're in week 18 with a chance to beat a division foe at home and go to the playoffs.
Because of Derek Carr?
Say what? He's got 5 fourth-quarter comebacks this year. 5. How many does Baker have in his career? I think it's like 2
this year
and like 12 chances.
Have you seen Derek Carr's numbers down the stretch?
Yeah, I just told you that he has 5 fourth-quarter winning drives this year. This year. Look at that.
Was that in September?
It was this year. He just did it against the Browns 2 weeks ago. What are you talking about? He just did it against the Browns, and he has more than like 90% of active quarterbacks.
The Browns did that to themselves.
I don't know why I let you get me so upset.
Come on, stop.
Okay, we don't want to talk about Derek Carr. We don't want to talk about Derek Carr versus
says
Baker
needs to be humble. He's prideful. Yeah, he is. I get it because I'm a prideful person too. Imagine if I get drafted number 1 overall and I'm a cocky kind of guy, yeah, I'm gonna come into a team and think, yeah, this is my team. I'm about to do this. This team ain't never won nothing. I'm about to be the one to take them to the promised land. Yeah, me. It's gonna be about me. And then the next year, you bring in a name that's already bigger than me.
Something changed with you over the years. I ain't never heard you say me
now,
when it comes to a quarterback when we talked about the Cleveland Browns ever, not one
y'all
time.
y'all only focus on him
for 5 years.
Whenever
maybe
we play
7
a game,
years.
win or lose, it's all his fault.
I ain't never heard DJ Hazmat allow a quarterback to talk about me when it came to the Cleveland Browns. I don't know what Baker did to y'all. I don't like it.
To me.
Ant Williams got a good question though.
You fans and media have done something to me. I told you I've complained
about media
because
you know your media, right?
I'm glad that he brought that up.
Do you know your media?
I'm glad he brought that up. I'm not.
Do you know your media?
I don't consider I'm a hybrid.
You are. What about Watson if everything gets settled from Ant Williams? What you think? I'm with it.
Sure. I would love to have
I'm with it. Hey, say what you want. We got Kareem Hunt. And we all know that he has some transgressions, okay?
Why wouldn't I want Deshaun Watson's talent at quarterback? Who wouldn't?
Absolutely.
But
he top 5 QB
there's a
in the
lot
NFL.
of allegations going on right now. So that's just something I wouldn't want to stick my toe into right away because let's look at our organization is dysfunctional. And that's what you want. You want to bring a player in here who might get suspended by the league?
I got my eyes on the Steelers.
Definitely get suspended by the league if he comes to Cleveland because this organization just can't handle success at all. None of it.
Wow, Ben Roethlisberger just picked up a huge third down. The Steelers are now on the 36-yard line. There's just over 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. I mean, in the overtime. And like I said, I got the red zone channel
down here in the A.
I got the red zone channel on, man. But the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, not only have avoided a losing season for the first time in their career, but it looks like they may really, actually, honestly be going to the playoffs, which is nuts. But hey, I'll take Deshaun Watson. I mean, come on, man. We got Kareem Hunt here. Listen, we got video of what Kareem Hunt did. We got allegations about Deshaun Watson, and if they get settled, if he was gonna do jail time, we would have been further along in this process right now. He's gonna settle out of court. I don't know if the NFL is gonna slap him on the wrist or not, but he's a top 5
to 13. Neither one of these teams deserve to go to the playoffs.
Hey, whatever, man.
That's what that's really what makes it so bad that Baker had to get hurt this year, man. And go like this. Because we were the cream of the crop of this division, man. You saw what we did to Cincinnati.
Nah, we weren't. We haven't been. We didn't win the division last year. Man, we got a long way to go. And I've had to come to terms with that these last couple of weeks.
Duking it out to crawl into the playoffs, yo. They're duking it out right now to crawl into the playoffs. Just to be one and done.
Listen, can I tell you why? And we're not gonna have an hour-long show. Just you can forget about that, man. It's week 18.
Dude, are we gonna continue to talk through the playoffs?
Yes, absolutely. But this is what I want to say. This is why I'm so down on Baker, man. One, I don't recall him having long stretches. Honestly, I'm just being honest here, of him elevating the team. It always seems like Chubb is going off. Oh, so Baker's going off as well, or something like that. Think about the Steelers game, the playoff game last year. Do you remember what Ben Roethlisberger was doing in the first quarter of that game? Do you remember? The Browns were up 28-0 before you can even sneeze, and everybody is acting like Baker Mayfield.
No, they're not acting like that, man.
13 feet tall, was 13 feet tall, just doing everything. He wasn't doing that. That's not what happened in that game.
That's the
but when you guys say, but when you guys say that Baker, he's the first quarterback to win a playoff game here, like you're acting like he did it by himself.
No,
he didn't do that.
Nobody says that, Matt. That's just what you guys
I battle people all week long to say that, man.
Well, what
I'm
saying,
them all week
long. Listen, Maddie, calm down.
Saying.
Yo, listen, I'm ever telling you to calm down because you got to understand the psyche of the Cleveland. I'm doing a case study now on the Cleveland Browns fan because I was able to live in another area for a couple of decades and be away from it.
Do it though, bro.
Listen to me now. When I moved away from Cleveland, the fan base was very pleasant and up. You know why? Because when I moved, it was 1988. The Browns were good. They were
5.
I get it, but I'm just trying to explain to you the psyche and the emotion of the Browns fan during a time where the team was consistently good. No, they had the bad luck, didn't make it all the way to the Super Bowl, but they were making it to AFC championships consistently. So this is around the time that I moved away. So now I'm gone. Fast forward 20 years, everything that happened, the Browns moved, they become the Ravens. The organization comes back. They've been back for, what is that, about 8 years at that point, and they have been losing. So I hadn't been around Browns fans from Cleveland in a very long time. I had only been around fans of all other teams. I'm like riding by myself solo as a Browns fan. So I'm always defending them because people always got something to say about Cleveland. So then I come back to find out that the Browns fans have turned into something different. These Browns fans that I would get to know when I come back are the Browns fans that have sat through 9 years of the team being bad. And that's a totally different attitude than when I left.
And
so
it was
a culture shock for me
to
hear people talking about the Browns the way you guys do.
Well, like for me, a person who really the Steelers won the game.
Well, he just
kicked the field goal.
So are they in? They are. And they're going to the playoffs.
They won that game in Baltimore. They haven't said that they're in. I wonder if they're in.
They only needed the Colts to lose. Yep. They only have 7 losses. They got that tie. That tie helped them.
Yeah, I'm looking for the update. But I will say this.
Hold up. I'm telling you. I had it right here. Hold on. I'm about to pull it back up. I had everything. Did I just close that? Damn it. Listen, I had all the playoff scenarios up.
Browns fan like me, 30-year-old, I'm damn near 40, but 30-something-year-old Browns fan, born and raised in Cleveland. Most of what we can recall about the Browns happens 99 and post, right? So, what's it? 3 winning seasons, whatever it is. So it's almost like, what do you expect? Like, what do you why should we be the eternal optimists? Why should we wait forever? Because when I look at this team and I look at this roster and I look at this defense, this running game, this offensive line, things that teams would kill to have. And it feels like we're being handicapped primarily by one position. Now, Baker got hurt this year, which is why I keep repeatedly saying I'm cool with Baker coming back next year, getting to start injury-free unless we can get one of them unicorns here, and riding out. You got to get him a bigger wide receiver, and we got to come up with something that can, limit the things that he really isn't that great at, which sucks when you're talking about changing what you need to do in order to move the ball down the field because of limitations of your quarterback. I'd rather have a quarterback who didn't have any limitations, because there are guys around the league who, not named Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, who still don't have limitations on what you can call for them. But do you mean just physically? Josh Allen, who I wanted, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Ryan Tannehill made some big throws today.
Stop.
No, fam. What I'm saying is, I would have rather at draft day. He was 6'4".
I never heard you mention Josh Allen,
and you never heard me mention. And you never heard me mention.
You know why nobody mentioned Josh Allen?
Hold on, wait. Before the draft for Baker Mayfield, you never heard me once say I wanted Baker Mayfield. I'm not for guys who are 5'10" and a half. If I'm taller than you, I don't think you should be the quarterback of the most important football franchise.
Would you take Kyler Murray
in this city? Kyler Murray is a unicorn. He's special with his legs. Would I take him?
He already don't meet your height requirement.
Would I take him over Baker? Yeah. Would that be my prototypical guy who I would want for the next 10 to 15 years? No, because I think what's going to happen to Kyler is what happened to Lamar this year. You run these dudes around and you design all these extra runs and put them in extra harm's way all this time, all these extra plays and games. Eventually, something bad's going to happen. And I think that's what happened to Baltimore. So if you're talking about over Baker Mayfield, hell yeah, I'll take Kyler Murray over Baker Mayfield.
Charles Hardaway says that was what I was trying to say before. I'm not saying give him the big contract, but work to give him a clean shot to try and prove himself. He's only had one clean shot out of the past 4 years.
And I guess he would say that because of Freddie Kitchens and Hugh Jackson. I guess he would say that. Let's not forget who picked Freddie Kitchens, though. But nobody want to talk about that. Nobody want to talk about that.
What do you mean who picked Freddie Kitchens?
Freddie Kitchens got the job because of Baker Mayfield.
And he got the job. All of y'all was on board with that. Stop it. All of y'all was on board with that.
What the hell are you talking about?
All of y'all was on board with Hugh Jackson being gone.
Freddie Kitchens was a bum.
You were on board with Hugh Jackson. Dude, you wanted Hugh Jackson gone.
There was a 0% chance.
We got rid of Hugh to get to Freddie.
But that doesn't mean I wanted Freddie. That doesn't mean I wanted Freddie. That's the thing, though. And that's hold on. Give me 30 seconds right now. Give me 30 seconds right now, bro. I'm gonna let you talk.
A win over the Ravens plus a Colts loss gets them in.
They're in. Ben Roethlisberger. Wow, he's in again. Dude, listen, bro.
Now that's a quarterback that got carried into the playoffs.
Damn, you made me forget my point, bro. Listen,
because it wasn't important.
No. I got it. We got rid of Hugh to get Freddie, right? And it was like the lesser of two evils because we knew that Hugh was so bad. And that's the same mentality that all of you Baker supporters are assuming that same mentality only because we had 30 other quarterbacks who all sucked. So now we have one that doesn't totally suck and we all want to hang on to him. I just don't think that when you compare him to the rest of the league, even last year, I don't think that you can say that he's an upper echelon quarterback in the NFL, even with his best season. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Is Ryan Tannehill an upper echelon quarterback in the NFL?
I don't think he's an upper echelon quarterback. I think he's better than Baker. Listen, Baker.
Well, let me give you these numbers. Let me give you these numbers then. Before today's game, since Baker didn't play, I'll only judge them off of the games they all play equally up till Baker decided not to play today. So I'm not going to count Ryan Tannehill's numbers for today. But prior to today, Baker Mayfield, just a little over 3,000 yards passing, 17 touchdowns, like 13 or 14 interceptions. Ryan Tannehill, 3,440-something yards passing, 17 TDs, 14 interceptions. But you say, so he's better than Baker by 300 or so yards at that point. So you said he's better than Baker.
Number one. You cannot just look at people's stats.
Number one seed, right?
Bro. Let me respond to what you just said. You cannot just look at people's plain stats and not take into consideration everything else. Before the injury, Derrick Henry was on pace to have a 2,000 yards season, which when he's going nuts, they rode the hot hand in Tennessee. So that's gonna lessen some of the things that Tannehill has to do. One. Number two, I'm not saying that Tannehill is that much better than Baker. I'm just saying that I think he's a little bit better than Baker. And the last point that I'll make on this is that his team, with their star player going down, still managed to damn near get the number one seed. Or no, they did get the number one seed.
Was it because of him, though?
Their star player,
his numbers are the same as Baker's.
Yes, but when it comes time for winning, some quarterbacks are better than others. Baker Mayfield has not proven that when it comes time for winning, he's capable. We've all watched it. He's had like 5 opportunities in a row in the fourth quarter to lead his team to a winning drive, and he's failed. And it's not always on the quarterback. I mean, it's not always on the wide receivers or the head coach. A lot of the times it's on the quarterback. Do you know I saw a stat that said Baker Mayfield has the lowest on-target passing rate in the fourth quarter this season? That means in the fourth quarter, He is the most inaccurate quarterback throwing the football game. I mean, throwing the football. Now, I know everybody's going to say that he's hurt.
This
but
season,
okay,
this
a lot of
might
people
have
are
been
hurt.
with a torn labrum. That might happen when you have a torn labrum. Michael Gibson
a lot of people
said,
are hurt.
let's talk. Can I say this?
Let's torpedo the season.
Stop for a second. Take a breath. Let's talk about Tannehill. He's a game manager, but they are in the playoffs due to sticking with running game. Our staff overthought the game plan every damn week. And I'll add on to the Tannehill thing because you don't necessarily have any facts to back that Tannehill came through in a game-winning type situation. You just think he did.
Okay.
His numbers were exactly the same. His numbers
You're
were
looking at numbers for the whole game. You want to look? Do you want to compare his numbers?
Man, because we've talked in the past. We've talked in the past.
Do you want to compare you and Michael Gibson?
Maddie, listen. You've in the past have said, I'm looking at the numbers and what it says here.
Okay,
when it comes to
I'm going to give you some more numbers
in the game. No,
I don't. Give you some more numbers.
Let me finish my point, because the Pittsburgh Steelers just got in the playoffs, and I watched Ryan Tannehill practically hand them a game with 3 straight turnovers when they could have easily won that game. Ryan Tannehill was the sole reason Pittsburgh won that game this year, and they are in the playoffs.
Okay, can I say something? You got $100 to your name. Here's the bet. Who has a better fourth quarter quarterback rating, Ryan Tannehill or Baker Mayfield? Where are you putting your money?
Now you want to go by the numbers.
Conversation over. I'm going by the numbers the whole time.
You didn't care about the stats I just put up. I gave you numbers. I gave you the numbers.
I didn't care about those numbers. What I just said was
the numbers of Baker Mayfield and Ryan Tannehill.
Okay.
They both
I never said that your numbers didn't matter.
Yards. They both threw 14 interceptions.
Okay.
They both threw around 17 touchdowns. They did the same thing.
I gotta be honest. I'm not gonna just accept your stats that you're throwing out to me
without
up, doing some verification.
And I told you don't add today's game because Baker didn't play.
Number 2, though, I'll also say that I never said I didn't care about your numbers, bro. I never said that. The only thing that I said was you can't just put numbers out there and allow it to tell the whole story, because it doesn't tell the whole story. You can say whatever numbers you want to tell whatever story you want, but it never, no matter what stats you look at, if you don't watch the games and look at how the games flowed, they never tell the whole story. And again, I'll ask you the same question.
Just like Michael Gibson and Baker Mayfield don't tell the whole story because he was hurt.
Okay, and Michael Gibson, you can get in on this action too. Your life savings is on the line. You have to bet on who has a better fourth quarter QBR, Baker Mayfield or Ryan Tannehill. Where's your money going? So what are we talking about?
This is dumb.
Then what are we talking about?
That was a dumb
if you know that one person is better in the fourth quarter than the other, then what are we talking about?
I watched him in the fourth quarter personally.
Of one game.
Give a game away. Yes.
Of one game. And we watched Baker give games away for the whole season. The Browns have
the coach
wins.
Sat him
2
down.
of them came from the backup. 2 of the wins came from the backup.
That's why I'm not going back and forth about the Baker Mayfield. Right. Everything that happens after his shoulder got hurt and he should have been sat down is irrelevant.
So it doesn't matter. It's null and void. Right. So the rest of the season didn't matter. And again, I'm going to say it. I've never heard you say me about a quarterback so much. You ain't never gave no quarterback this much slack, bro. Something's changing in you, man.
Listen,
I don't know what it is.
In me. I'm just not like y'all. I'm not like the Browns fans that only saw losing Browns. I'm the Browns fan that was fortunate enough to see winning Browns.
I'm envious.
And I was away from here, and I came back to be shocked at how much therapy this era of Browns fans y'all needed. Y'all need it bad, man. It's y'all have no light at the end of the tunnel, man. And it's like, get it now or you suck. Get it now or you suck. Get it now or you suck.
Where are you?
Get it now or you suck. I'm just here rooting for the team, man. And I want to see some stability with the team. I don't want to see them keep going on this roundabout with quarterbacks. I don't want to see them going on this roundabout with coaches. I just want the team to have some stability and an identity. And to me, the identity doesn't have to go along with what they say the league is about. Everybody want to talk about it's a passing league. You got to have this, you got to have that. Well, the Tennessee Titans are debunking that. And by the way, when Derrick Henry was going nuts last season, Ryan Tannehill still found a way to throw 33 touchdown passes. Since you said they rolled all the way on Derrick Henry's back to the playoffs last year. Because 33 touchdown passes last season for Ryan
I didn't say
Tannehill.
that, first of all.
So all I'm saying
I don't even know
is,
what point you're trying to make, but I didn't say that.
The coach, in our Ryan Tannehill conversation, you said it was about Derrick Henry.
No, I didn't, Has. My point was that they have different responsibilities. Well, they really shouldn't have different responsibilities.
You
Both
said it
teams
took
rely
all
on
of the heat
game.
off of
So I don't
Ryan
know what I was
Tannehill
saying.
because
Sometimes
they
I
had,
rant and I black
you
out.
said
I just
Derrick
be trying
Henry
to be
rushing
mad.
for 2,000 yards took the heat off of what Ryan Tannehill had to do, but Ryan Tannehill threw 33 touchdowns.
I was talking about
while
this season.
He was running for 2,000.
I was talking about this season, and I'm gonna be calm.
Well,
now.
they
I was
don't have
talking
Derrick
about
Henry, and Ryan Tannehill didn't throw 33 touchdowns.
Bro, you just want to argue. I don't even know what point you're trying to make or what you're trying to argue against.
I'm making the point that you don't have to have Patrick Mahomes to get to and win a Super Bowl.
Great.
So you have Baker Mayfield.
Okay, can we get him to play better then?
Yes.
His shoulder, right?
As soon as he heals up.
Okay, right. Well, hopefully you're right. Hopefully you're right.
If I'm wrong, then I'm just wrong.
And we'll have wasted 2 seasons.
We won't know. But to me, you can't really say I've proven my point that Baker is terrible when he played all year on a torn labrum.
I'm gonna say this again. I don't think
you can't
Baker's
really
terrible.
prove your point.
I don't think Baker's terrible. Okay. I don't think that he has the physical tools, first of all, which I've said since day one, and I've said that about every little quarterback that we've ever had. I don't like little quarterbacks. I don't know why we draft little quarterbacks. If the average height of the guys on the offensive line is like 6'4", what sense does it make putting back a guy who's in his 5 feet range? Number one. I don't. So if they have a special talent somewhere else that can offset that, sure, I'll listen to it. But I would rather have a big, strong guy. Number one. Number two, man, I'm not beefing with you about Ryan Tannehill. I don't think Ryan Tannehill is that much better than Baker, but I do think that he's better than Baker. I think that Baker in the fourth quarter of football game.
So why are they still the number 1 seed?
I will say this.
It ain't coaching.
It's not. First of all, we both know it's not just about one position. That's the first thing that we know.
Not in Cleveland.
The second thing, though, is that I don't think, and I'll say this again, and we over 30 minutes.
As you
we're
being
about
shocked
to wrap.
At me saying the me thing. You said it's not just about one player.
Yeah.
I can go sip on some. I don't think I might not make my draft January now.
In that same breath, when it comes to a one-score game in the fourth quarter, I'd rather have a guy that can get the ball down the field consistently. And there are plenty of guys around the NFL that can do that, and not all of them fail more often than not. Baker does.
He did while he was hurt. Listen, put Michael Gibson up.
I saw
winning. I saw. He said I saw winning
for his career. He has less than 50 in those chances. Yeah. Okay.
Last year. I saw winning Browns back in the 80s. I saw it with my own eyes. I saw winning Browns back in the 80s. Since then, they are dog crap. Hard to root for. Ineptitude has. I hear what you're saying, Michael, but my question to you would be, your situation is different for me because I wasn't here for the initial losing. I wasn't here listening to local sports talk and hearing whatever drama they were stirring up during those first half of that first decade of losing. I wasn't here for that. You know what I'm saying? I was here for the second decade. I was here for the second decade of it, and I got to know how damaged the Browns fan base had become when I came back. You know, watching them call other fans assholes. They do that. I was like, man, these fans have really been affected by this. And my heart went out to you guys. I feel like therapy could help. Now, let's go to Michael Gibson's next one. Serious question. What do you all think about our receivers?
Last question. This is it, Jamal. Get ready.
You don't really want to talk. I like Donovan Peoples-Jones. He's just not very fast. Schwartz looks to me like he can't catch.
When you're done with your response,
I'm still waiting to see his speed jump off the screen. I haven't. He was supposedly had the fastest 40 time of anybody in the draft this year, but it doesn't look like it on the field to me. Does he look fast to you?
I don't know. I don't think we've seen him enough, honestly. Every time we do see him, it's pretty sporadic. I know he needs to improve his catching and route running. I can tell you that.
But I've seen fast guys. The speed is like obvious when they take off. Does he got to build up his speed, or does he have like right out the gate speed?
I mean, I think he ran the fastest 40 in the combine last year, didn't he? Or one of them for receivers.
I just said that.
No, I'm saying if you run a fast 40, then you don't need to build up your speed. You're only going 40 yards.
Well, what I'm saying is it doesn't appear that way on the field. That's all I'm saying. I asked, do he look that fast? He ran the fastest 40 time, but he don't look that fast to me when I see him in uniform running on the field. He's not. I haven't seen him run away from nobody yet. He's so fast, they keep catching him. But anyway.
Well, my response to that, Michael.
I love Higgins.
Thank you for rocking with us all season, dog. I would say that Jarvis Landry perhaps had his best game of the season today, and Baker didn't play. So I'm just going to continue to pile on Baker because it pisses heads off.
I ain't pissed.
That's what I got.
Guess
and
it's dinner time next season.
Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Hopefully he doesn't stub his toe, so we don't have to talk about that all season.
Y'all trying to run him out of town. You're trying. You ran everybody else. You're trying him to.
Boy. What did Baker do for you? He sent you an autograph. You ain't in the 20 quarterbacks who've been quarterbacking in this city since me and you have started doing this show before the live version, which was 3 or 4 seasons prior to last year.
I'm tired of searching for quarterbacks.
I've never heard you allow or make this many excuses for any player, let alone a quarterback.
I've made no excuses.
Goodness gracious.
I haven't made any excuses.
Borderline.
What excuse have I made? What excuse have I made for Baker Mayfield?
I don't know. Let's rap, bro.
Stop it when I making excuses. I haven't made an excuse for Baker Mayfield. I said he played bad.
He's got a hurt shoulder, man.
Largely due because he
practices great. He has apparently he's one of the best practice players in the NFL, but it doesn't translate onto the field.
I don't know what happened at practice.
Well, the head coach said that he practices great and the offensive coordinator. So I guess they don't know what they're talking about.
Nah, they don't.
They don't.
That's that's a lie.
So let's fire them and keep Baker, man.
Did you hear Jonathan Vilma, who was one of the commentators tonight, describing what it's like and the pain that you feel? He's had that injury, and he talked about it. It's not.
Josh Allen had that injury too, and they were in the AFC Championship game last year.
He didn't have no torn.
He did. Look it up.
He didn't.
Yes, he did. And your boy, the rookie over in Jacksonville, had the injury as well, man. And they're all out there still slinging it.
Jacksonville's about to get the number one pick. Jacksonville, you brought up Jacksonville.
Every
the number one pick
talks about his injury.
Number one pick here. Number one pick. Right.
Come on, man. Get us out of here, dog.
Why? Where you in a hurry to go? Season's over.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, I just like you said, thanks everybody that jumped in. We'll be doing this for the playoffs. I'm wondering because I'll never know what's going on. All right, so be on the lookout for the next Matt and Matt episode, playoff edition. But for now, for the regular season, we out of here. I'm DJ Hazmat.
And I'm Matty Wills. Go Browns.
Peace. Go Browns.